Hi, this is Ann McNeil, the Master Builder, helping you to build stronger and better lives and businesses. Talking about the McNeil Factor insights from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. My desire is to inspire, to encourage, and to really support you in thinking about how you can become inspired in your actions. So again, my name is Ann McNeil and I am the Master Builder. And my commitment is to share daily the McNeil Factor Insights. We're talking about the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I'm on the second chapter, which is the faith chapter. One of my favorite authors, Charlie Tremendous Jones, says that you and I will be the same in 5 years as we are today, except for two things: the books we read and the people we meet. But during these wonderful times of growth and opportunity that we're all experiencing, one of the things that we can do is be influenced by the books we read. And so one of the books that I've been reading since 1979 is this book entitled Think and Grow Rich. And riches to you can be anything. It's not just money, because there are enduring riches that are really more important than money. And you can think of whatever they are for you. For me, my desire again is to inspire, to uplift, and to encourage. And so, reading these words in your hearing, my desire is to inspire you to have a state of mind that is inspiring also. So, previously we read about the self confidence formula, and Napoleon Hill gives us 6 steps to grow your self confidence. Maxwell Maltz, in his book Psycho-Cybernetics, talks about your self image and the fact that it really determines how you see, feel, and how you look at yourself. Not so much about how others see you, but really how do you see yourself? And so it's very important that you really have a really good, strong, high self image. And the self confidence formula is one way to ensure that you can build your own self confidence and build a life to order. All right, so we're on page 52 in the version of the book that I'm reading, and I'll go ahead and commence with the reading. Napoleon Hill says, and he's referring to the self confidence formula, he says, back of this formula is a law of nature, which no one has yet been able to explain. It has baffled the scientists of all ages. The psychologists have named this the law of autosuggestion, and they let it go with that. See, for you, you can call it whatever you wish, but the power of self confidence and the way you build your self confidence is through repetition. Repetition by autosuggestions of whatever words you choose to repeat over, like an affirmation or prayer or meditation, whatever works for you, but find something, preferably that you will write yourself, or you will find the words that resonate with you that maybe someone else has written. And then you just repeat those words over and over again. The author goes on, he says, the name by which one calls this law is of little importance. Wow. The important fact is this: it works. Simply, it works for the glory and success of mankind if it is used constructively. On the other hand, if it is used destructively, it will destroy just as readily. In this statement may be found a very significant truth, namely that those who go down in defeat and in their lives in poverty and misery and distress do so because of the negative application of the principles of autosuggestion. This cause may be found to the fact that all thoughts of impulse have a tendency to close themselves in their physical equivalent. And the long story short of that statement is whatever you think about, you can and you will give it time, you will bring about. Whatever you think about, you will give it time. If you give it time, you will bring it about. Bring it about. The subconscious mind is the chemical laboratory in which all thought impulses are combined and made ready for translation into its physical reality. Make no distinction, your mind makes no distinction between what's constructive and destructive. And very simply, what the author is saying is that your mind does not know the difference between what's true and what's false. It only knows what you tell it over and over and over again. Now, let me repeat that. Your subconscious mind, your mind, we're talking about you, your mind does not know the difference between what is true and what is false. Through repetition and the autosuggestion, your mind will believe whatever you tell it. Do an experiment. Try it. It is so true. It works with the material you feed it through your thought impulses. Your subconscious mind will translate into reality a thought driven by fear just as readily as it will translate into reality a thought driven by courage or faith. And you've seen it during times of war where men or women believe and act on that belief that they will succeed in their endeavors. You see it in business. You can see it in yourself. And anything that you have truly, honestly decided that you wanted, or maybe somebody you wanted. Okay, let me get back to the book. You find that when you think about that and you begin to, by faith, put the actions toward that, giving it time. This is not a microwave response, but give it time. You will tend to bring it about. The author goes on and he says, the pages of medical history are rich with illustrations of cases of suggestive suicide. A person may commit suicide through negative suggestion just as effectively as any other means. In a Midwestern city, a man by the name of Joseph Grant, a bank official, borrowed a large sum of the bank's money without the consent of the directors. He lost the money through gambling. One afternoon, the bank examiner came and began to check the accounts. Grant left the bank, took a room in a local hotel, and when they found him 3 days later, he was lying in bed, wailing and moaning, repeating over and over these words, "My God, this will kill me. I cannot stand the disgrace." In a short time, he was dead. The doctors pronounced the case one of mental suicide. Just as electricity turns the wheels of industry and renders useful service, if used constructively, or can snuff out life if used improperly, so will the law of autosuggestion lead you to peace and prosperity, or down into the valley or misery, failure and death, according to your degree of understanding and application. These words are very empowering, but only if you choose to receive them as such. Because we know that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. James Allen, another awesome author, wrote a book, As a Man Thinketh. And recently, the book was revised as a woman thinker. I think that it is a very good um, research book that you can read if you're interested in delving more into this material. And I mentioned earlier Maxwell Maltz in his book Psycho-Cybernetics. And all we're talking about, how do you actively use your faith? Your faith is impacted by autosuggestion. Autosuggestion, in terms of the repetition of the words that you use to influence your subconscious mind to do, to be, to have whatever it is that you desire. Because for you to have a high level of success, you must have a high level of success consciousness. And that success consciousness is directly tied to your self confidence, your self image, your success is tied to your self confidence. And I'll read this last part and then we'll wrap up for the day. If you fill your mind with fear and doubt and unbelief in your ability to connect with and use the forces of infinite intelligence, then the law of autosuggestion will take this spirit of unbelief and use it as a pattern by which your subconscious mind will translate it into its physical equivalent. This statement is as true as the statement that 2 and 2 equals 4. Like the wind which carries one ship east and another west, the law of autosuggestion will lift you up or pull you down according to the way you set your cells of thought. The law of autosuggestion through which any person may rise to the altitude of achievement, which staggers the imagination, is well described in the following verse. And that verse we will pick up during our next reading because that's our cliffhanger for today. I really want to encourage to be encouraged and to inspire yourself with these words of encouragement. But my desire is really to create and help you create an inspired mind. And from that inspired mind that you will have, naturally you will have inspired thoughts. And from those inspired thoughts that you have, prayerfully you will have inspired action. And those inspired actions will take you another step toward the achievement of your desires, your goals, your passion, your mission in life. My name is Ann McNeil, and I am the Master Builder, helping you to build a stronger and better life through my McNeil Factor insights from this book, Think and Grow Rich, to encourage, to inspire, and to uplift you. And I want to thank you continuously for thinking and growing with me, and see you tomorrow. Thanks.